Hi, my name is Daryl Cloud. I serve as the executive pastor here at the Compass Church. We're in the western suburbs of Chicago, and we're trying to help people find and follow God. And God's given us 6 locations where our church meets. We have worship services in English and in Spanish. We're also online. We also serve in a prison, and it's a joy to be part of. We've connected with Vanderbloemen several times to find staff for our church. This most recent position was a campus pastor at one of our locations. And to be without a campus pastor is a really hardship for us and our mission. You know, the opportunity cost of going months without a campus pastor, it costs us vision and direction. We needed a partner that was going to get us where we couldn't go on our own, and Vanderbloemen was that partner. We need people that are professionals, that it's not their first rodeo, people that have experience in ministry that can hit the ground running. And we have found Vanderbloemen to be a great place to find those types of candidates that are proven and that go beyond just a hope or a potential of filling an excellent role for us. We hired a guy named Brad from Seattle to come here to Chicago to be in this campus pastor role. And he was one of 5 people that were presented to us. And we took several of the candidates further through our extensive interview process. But it was just so clear that Brad had the right connection for who we were in our mission and our theology, and our technique and our temperament. And it's proven to be true. He's been with us a year now and has done just a fantastic job on our staff.
I heard about the Compass through Vanderbloemen and Rick Callahan. He had my name on file. I had worked with him a little bit here and there, and he reached out to me and told me about the Compass Church. He said it's going to be a big move. If it works, it's Chicagoland and you're in Seattle, so there's a lot of dynamic difference between the two of them. Told me a little bit more about the church and what they stood for, their calling, their mission, and just the good things about Compass. And I talked to him and said, that sounds like a great thing. Let's check it out. My wife and I had prayed for the longest time that whatever it is, that it just feel easy. Not simple and not problem-free, but this is going to be easy for us to fit in here. And on our first visit here, we got to meet the senior staff here at the Compass. And these are the people I'm going to be working with a lot. And I wanted to make sure I can get along with them and joke around. And it was honestly a fun meeting to be. It didn't feel like an interview. It felt like I was coming into a living room.
Brad's arrival was met with a lot of enthusiasm and warmth. And he has delivered on loving our people. Our people have definitely connected with him and his family. Just as a pastor, our people feel loved and appreciated and seen by him. And our campus has grown. Our staff team enjoys him. The attendance is up. The mission in evangelism and discipleship is moving forward in both counts. We couldn't be more thrilled.
One of the things I'm most proud of here is making our Wednesday nights at the Wheaton campus a family night. When I got here, it was kind of scattershot. You know, one group of students was meeting at one time, the children were meeting another time, and parents. I sat in my office and watched parents drop off and pick up and drop off and pick up, and small groups coming and going. So one of the things I worked on was how do we make a Wednesday night event where a child can come and get dropped off for children's programming at Compass Kids. At the same time, their middle school sister can go to middle school and mom and dad can join a small group.
When we're hiring for these important positions, we're really looking for people who can truly lead, not people who need hand-holding, not people that need to be overly managed, not someone that we feel that we need to micromanage, but somebody who has the wisdom and the experience to hit the ground running in a way that will be felt by our church family and that can come along with us in architecting the culture, the DNA of our church. And so to have Vanderbloemen be able to pre-vet people that are of that caliber, it's gold for us. Partnering with a search firm really opens up the scope of our search. You know, we've got our own relationships and our own networks, and we could go to our predictable places to find potential staff for our church. But we have found that connecting with Vanderbloemen takes us to a national level with who we could be connecting with and beyond the normal patterns of connection that we have. And that's added a lot of value to who we have considered and who we've eventually hired.
I'm thankful to be here. I'm glad that Rick called me that day and set up that interview and changed the course of my life.